say, Maggie? What was so loud I couldn't hear you?
I just remarked that one of those no-neck monsters hit me with a hot buttered biscuit, so now I have to change.
What do you call Cooper Skitty's no-neck monster?
Because they got no necks. Isn't that a good enough reason?
They don't have any necks?
None visible. Their fat little heads are set on their fat little bodies without a bit of connection.
Well, that's too bad.
Yes, it's too bad, because you can't wring their necks if they got no necks to wring. Isn't that right, honey? Yeah, they're no-neck monsters, all right. All no-neck people are monsters. Hear them? Would you just listen to them screaming? I don't know where their voice boxes are located since they got no necks. I tell you, I got so nervous at that supper table tonight, I thought I would throw back my head and utter a scream you could hear across the Arkansas border and into parts of Louisiana and Tennessee. I said to your charming sister-in-law, May, honey, couldn't you feed those precious things at a separate table with an oilcloth cover? They make such a mess and the lace cloth looks so pretty. Well, she made enormous eyes at me and said, oh no, on Big Daddy's birthday, why he would never forgive me. Well, I want you to know, Big Daddy hadn't been at that table 2 minutes with those 5 no-neck monsters slobbering and drooling all over their food before he threw down his fork and shouted, for land's sake, Cooper, why don't you put those pigs at a trough in the kitchen? Well, I swear I simply could have died. Think of it, Brick. They've got 5 of them, and number 6 is coming. And they brought that whole bunch down here to display like animals at a county fair. Well, they have those children doing tricks all the time. Junior, show Big Daddy how you do this. Show Big Daddy how you do that. Say your little piece for Big Daddy, sister. Show your dimples, honey. Show Big Daddy how you stand on your head. Oh, it goes on all the time, along with the constant little remarks and innuendos about the fact that you and I have not produced any children, are totally childless, and therefore totally useless. Of course, it's comical, but it is also disgusting, since it's so obvious what they're up to.
What are they up to, Maggie?
Oh, why, you know what they're up to.
Oh, I don't know what they're up to.
Well, I tell you what they're up to, boy mine. They're up to cutting you out of your father's estate. Now that we know that Big Daddy's dying of cancer.
Do we?
Do we what?
Do we know Big Daddy's dying of cancer?
Got the report today. Got the report just now. Didn't surprise me, baby. I recognized the symptoms as soon as we got here last spring. And I am willing to bet you that Brother Man and his wife are pretty sure of it too. That more than likely explains why the usual summer migration to the coolness of the Great Smokies was passed up this summer in favor of hustling down here every whip stitch with the whole screaming tribe. And why so many allusions have been made to Rainbow Hill lately. Would you like to know what Rainbow Hill is, baby? A place that is famous for treating alcoholics and dope fiends in the movies.
Well, I'm not in the movies, Maggie.
No, and you don't take dope. Otherwise, you're a perfect candidate for Rainbow Hill, baby. And that's where they aim to ship you. Yeah, that's where they aim to ship you. Over my dead body. Over my dead body, they'll ship you there. Then Brother Man could get hold of the purse strings. Maybe dole out remittances to us. Maybe get power of attorney. Cut off our credit, sign over checks for us wherever and whenever he wanted to. Son of a bitch. How'd you like that, baby? Well, you've been doing just about everything in your power to bring it about. You've been doing just about everything you can think of to aid and abet them in this little scheme of theirs. Quitting work, devoting yourself to the occupation of drinking, breaking your ankle last night on the high school athletic field. Doing what? Jumping hurdles at 2 or 3 in the morning. Just fantastic. Why, you got the paper. Clarksdale Register carried a nice little item about it. in a one-man track meet on the glorious Hills High School athletic field. But was slightly out of condition and didn't clear the first hurdle. Brother man Gooper claims he exercised his influence to keep it from going over the AP or the UP or every other goddamn P. But Brick, you still have one big advantage.
Say something, Maggie?
Big Daddy dotes on you, honey. And he can't stand Brother Man and Brother Man's wife, that monster of fertility man. She's downright odious to him. Know how I know? By little expressions that flick over his face when that woman is holding forth on one of her choice topics, such as how she refused twilight sleep when the twins were delivered because she feels that motherhood is an experience that every woman ought to experience fully in order to fully appreciate the wonder and beauty of it. And how she made Brother Man come and stand beside her in that delivery room so he would not miss out on the wonder and beauty of it either, producing those no-neck monsters. Yeah, Big Daddy shares my attitude towards those two. And as for me, well, I give him a little laugh now and then. He tolerates me. In fact, I sometimes suspect that Big Daddy harbors a little unconscious lech for me.
What makes you think Big Daddy has an unconscious lech for you, Maggie?
Well, he always drops his eyes down my body when I'm talking to him. Drops his eyes to my boobs and licks his old chops.
That kind of talk is disgusting.
Didn't anyone ever tell you that you're an ass-aching Puritan? I think it's mighty fine that your fellow on the doorstep of death still takes in my shape with what I think is deserved appreciation. You want to know something else? Big Daddy didn't know how many little Mays and Goofers have been produced. He asked at the table, just like Brother Man and his wife were new acquaintances to him. How many children you got, Cooper? And when they informed him that they had 5 already and were turning out number 6, well, the news seemed to come as sort of an unpleasant surprise. Oh, scream, monsters! Yeah, you should have been at that supper table, baby. You know Big Daddy, bless his old sweet soul, he is the dearest old thing in the world. But he does hunch over his food as if he preferred not to notice anything else. Well, May and Gooper were side by side at the table, directly across from Big Daddy, watching his face like hawks while they jawed and jabbered about the cuteness and the brilliance of the no-neck monsters. And the no-neck monsters were ranged around the table, some in high chairs, some on the books of knowledge, all in fancy little paper caps in honor of Big Daddy's birthday. Well, I want you to know that Brother Man and his partner never once, for one moment, stopped exchanging pokes and pinches and kicks and signs and signals. Well, they were like a couple of card sharks fleecing a sucker. Even Big Mama, bless her old sweet soul, she isn't the quickest and brightest thing in the world. She finally noticed at last and said, "Man, what are you and Gooper making all those signs at each other about?" I swear to goodness, I nearly choked on my chicken. You know, your brother Gooper still cherishes the illusion he took a giant step up on the social ladder when he married Miss May Flynn of the Memphis Flame. Well, I have a piece of Spanish news for Gooper. The Flynns never had a thing in this world but money, and they lost that. Well, they were nothing at all but fairly successful climbers. Of course, I came out in Memphis 8 years before May made her debut in Nashville, but I had friends at Ward Belmont. They used to come and see me. I used to go and see them for Christmas and spring vacation. So I know who rates and doesn't rate in Memphis society. Why, you know old Papa Flynn, he barely escaped doing time in the federal penitentiary for shady manipulations on the stock market when his chain stores crashed. And as for May, having been kind of a queen, as they so often remind us lest we forget. Well, that's one honor I don't envy her for. Sit on a brass throne on a tacky floor, ride down Main Street, smiling and bowing and blowing kisses to all the trash on the street. Why, year before last, when Susan McFeeters was singled out for that honor, you know what happened to poor little Susan McFeeters?
No, what happened to poor little Susie McFeeters?
Somebody spit tobacco juice in her face.
Somebody spit tobacco juice in her face. Huh?
That's right. Some old drunk leaned out of the window in the Hotel Gay or so. He shouts, "Hey, Queen! Hey, 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 Queenie!" Susie, she looks up. She flashes him a radiant smile. And he shot a squirt of tobacco juice right in poor Susie's face.
What do you know about that?
What do I know about it? I was there. I saw it.
Must have been kind of funny.
Susie didn't think so. She had hysterics, screamed like a banshee. They had to stop the parade. What are you looking at me like that for?
Like what, Maggie?
The way you were looking just now before I caught your eye in the mirror and you started to whistle. I don't know how to describe it, but it froze my blood. I've caught you looking at me like that so often lately. What are you thinking of when I catch you looking at me like that?
I wasn't conscious of looking at you, Maggie.
Well, I was conscious of it. What were you thinking?
I don't remember thinking anything.
Don't you think I know? Don't you think I know?
Know what, Maggie?
That I've gone through this hideous transformation. Become hard, frantic and cruel. So you've been observing me lately. Well, how could you help but observe? Well, that's all right, because I'm not thin-skinned anymore. Can't afford to be thin-skinned anymore. A brick.
You say something, Maggie?
I was going to say something. That I get lonely. Very.
Everybody gets that, Maggie.
Living with someone you love can be lonelier than living entirely alone. The one that you love doesn't love you.
Well, would you like to live alone, Maggie?
No, God, I wouldn't. Did you have a nice shower?
Uh-huh.
Was the water cool?
Nope.
Bet it made you feel fresh though, huh?
Fresher.
I know something that would make you feel much fresher.
What's that, Maggie?
An alcohol rub. Or cologne. A rub of cologne.
That's good enough to work out, Maggie, but I ain't been working out.
Kept in good shape though.
Think so?
All saw drinking men lost their looks. But I was plainly mistaken.
Well, thank you, Maggie.
No, you're the only drinking man I know that it never seems to put fat on.
Well, I'm getting softer.
Well, sooner or later, it's bound to soften you up. It was just beginning to soften up Skipper when he did. I'm sorry. I never could keep my fingers off the sword. I wish you would lose your look. It would make the mighty from of St. Maggie a little more bearable. But no such goddamn luck. I actually believe you've got better looking since you've been on the bottom. Yeah. A person who didn't know you would think you'd never had a tense nerve in your body or strained muscle. Of course, you always have that detached quality about you. As if you were playing a game without much concern over whether you won or lost. Now that you've lost the game, or not lost, but just quit playing, you have that rare sort of charm. Usually only happens in the very old and hopelessly sick people. The charm of the defeated. You look so cool. So cool. So enviably cool. white, just beginning to turn a little bit yellow. You were a wonderful lover. Such a wonderful person to go to bed with. I think mostly because you were really indifferent to it. Isn't that right? Never had an anxiety about it. Did it naturally. Easily, slowly. With absolute confidence and perfect calm. More like opening the door for a lady or seating her at a table, rather than giving expression to any longing for her. Your indifference made you wonderful at lovemaking. Strange, but true.
Oh, that's a beauty, Doc. Yeah, I got you, Bob.
You know, if I thought that you would never make love to me again, I would go downstairs to that kitchen and pick out the longest and sharpest knife I could find and stick it straight into my heart. I swear that I would.
Watch out. You're going to miss it. No, you just don't know me, boy.
But one thing I don't have is the charm of the defeated. My hat is still in the ring, and I'm determined to win.
You're too slippery for me.
What is the victory of a cat on a hot tin roof? I wish I knew. Just staying on it, I guess. As long as she can.
Just like an eel, boy. Just like an eel.
Later tonight, I'm going to tell you I love you. And maybe by that time you'll be drunk enough to believe me. Yeah, they're playing croquet, and Big Daddy is dying of cancer. What were you thinking of when I caught you looking at me like that? Were you thinking of Skipper? Oh, excuse me. Forgive me. But laws of silence don't work. Brick laws of silence don't work when something is festering in your memory and your imagination. Laws of silence don't work. It's just like shutting the door and locking it on a house on fire in hopes of forgetting that the house is burning. But not facing a fire doesn't put it out. Silence about a thing, it just magnifies it. It grows and festers in silence and becomes...
Drop my crutch, Maggie.
Lean on me.
No, just hand me my crutch.
Lean on my shoulder.
I don't want to lean on your shoulder, I just want my crutch! Now, you going to hand me my crutch, or am I going to get down on my hands and knees and crawl for it?
Oh, you're taking. Why don't you just take it?
Thank you.
Brick, we mustn't scream at each other. The walls in this house have ears. But that's the first time I've heard you raise your voice in a long time, Brick. A crack? In the wall of composure, maybe? Well, I think that's a good sign. A sign of nerves in a player on the defensive.
Just hasn't happened yet, Maggie.
What?
The click that I get in my head has had enough of this stuff to make me peaceful. Will you do me a favor?
Maybe I will. What favor?
Just keep your voice down.
I will do you that favor. I will speak in a whisper, if not to shut up completely. If you will do me a favor and make that drink your last one until after the party.
What party?
Big Daddy's birthday party.
It's Big Daddy's birthday?
Oh, you know this is Big Daddy's birthday.
Oh, I don't. I forgot.
Well, I remembered it for you.
Well, good for you, Maggie.
Now, you just have to scribble a few lines on this card.
You scribble something?
It's got to be your handwriting. It's your present. I've given him my present. It's got to be your handwriting.
Well, I didn't get him a present.
Well, I got one for you.
Well, all right then. You write the card.
And have him know you didn't remember his birthday?
Well, I don't want to fool him about it.
Just write love, Brick, for God's
No.
sake. You've got to.
I don't have to do a damn thing I don't want to. Now, you keep forgetting the conditions on which I agreed to stay on living.
We are not living together. We occupy the same cave.
You have got to remember the conditions.
They're impossible
So
conditions.
then why don't you just kick?
Who's out there? Is somebody at the door? May I enter a moment? Oh, it's you. Sure, come on in, man. Rick, is this thing yours? Why, sister woman, that's my Diana trophy. I won it at the intercollegiate archery contest on the old Miss campus. Well, it's a mighty dangerous thing to leave exposed round a house full of normal, red-blooded children attracted to weapons. Normal, red-blooded children attracted to weapons ought to be taught to keep their hands off things that don't belong to them. Maggie, honey, if you're having the children of your own, you know how funny that is. Now, would you please lock this up and put the key out of reach? Sister woman, nobody's plotting the destruction of your kitties. Rick and I still have our special archer's license. We're going deer hunting on Moon Lake as soon as the season starts. Well, I just love to run with dogs through chilly woods. Run, and... how's the injured ankle, Brick?
Doesn't hurt, just itches.
Oh, Brick, you should have been downstairs after supper. The kiddies put on a show. Polly played the piano, Buster and Sonny the drums, and then they turned off the lights, and Trixie and Dixie performed a toe dance in fairy costume with sparklers. Why, Big Daddy just beamed. He just beamed. Oh, I bet. Why, it just breaks my heart that we missed it. But, May, why did you give dogs' names to all your kitties? Dogs' names? Trixie, Dixie, Buster, Sonny, Polly? Why, it sounds like 4 dogs and a parrot. Animal act in a circus. Maggie, why are you so catty? Because I'm a cat. But why can't you take a joke, sister woman? Nothing pleases me more than a joke that's funny. Now you know the real names of our kitties. Sonny's real name is Saunders. Buster's real name is Robert. Trixie's real name is Marlene. Dixie's real name...
Hey!
Intermission's over. I'll see you later. Well, I just wonder what Dixie's real name is.
Maggie, being catty doesn't help things any.
I know. Why am I so catty? Because I'm consumed with envy and eaten up with... Brick. I'm gonna lay out your beautiful chantered silk suit from Rome, and one of those monogram silk shirts, and those lovely star sapphire cufflinks I get you to wear so rarely.
Maggie, I can't get trousers on over this plaster cast.
Yes, you can. I'll help you.
Maggie, I'm not getting dressed.
Would you just put on your satin robe, please?
Yes, Maggie, I will do that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't mention it.
Oh, Brick. Brick, how long does this have to go on? This punishment? Haven't I done time enough? Haven't I served my time? Can't I apply for a pardon?
Maggie, you're spoiling my liquor. Now lately your voice always sounds like you've been running up the stairs trying to warn somebody that the house was on fire.
Well, no wonder. No wonder. You know what I feel like, Brick? I feel all the time like a cat on a hot tin roll.
Well, then jump off it, Maggie. Cats can jump off the roof and land on all 4 feet uninjured.
Oh, yes.
Oh, do it. For Christ's sakes, do it.
You won't.
Take a lover.
I can't see a man but you. Even with my eyes closed, I just see you. Why did you get fat, Brick? Why don't you please get fat or ugly or something so I can stand it? Oh, that concert is still going on. Bravo, Dominic, bravo.
What did you lock the door for, Maggie?
Give us a little privacy for a while.
Now, you know better than that.
No. No, I don't know better.
Don't be making a fool of yourself, woman.
I don't mind making a fool of myself over you.
Well, I mind. Feel embarrassed for you.
Well, then feel embarrassed. But don't continue my torture. I can't go on and on under these circumstances.
You agreed to accept
I know
that condition.
Rick, I can't.
Let go of me.
Son.
What is it, Big Mama?
I just got the most wonderful news about Big Daddy. I just had to come up and tell you right this. Now, what is this dog doing up for? Y'all think that's talking in this house? Oh, Brick is dressing, Big Mama. Brick's not dressed yet.
Well, that's all right. It won't be the first time I haven't seen Brick not dressed. Now come on and open up this door.
Big Mama?
Well, here I come. The Goopers and Mays gallery dog. Now where is Brick, man? Well, Brick, will you hurry up on out here, son? I only have a minute, and I want to tell you the wonderful news I got about Big Daddy. Maggie, you know I hate locked doors in a house.
Well, I've noticed you do, Big Mama, but people have got to have some moments of privacy, don't they?
No, ma'am, not in my house. Now, what you gonna take off that pretty little dress for? I thought it looked so sweet on you, honey.
Well, I thought it looked sweet on me, too, but one of my cute little table partners used it.
What?
You know, Big Mama, May and Cooper is so touchy about those children that... Thank you, Big Mama. That you just don't dare to suggest there's any room for...
Brick, will you hurry up, Al? Shoot, Maggie, you just don't like children.
I do so like children. I adore them. Well brought up.
Well, then why don't you have some, honey, and raise them there instead of always picking on Goopers and Mays?
Hey, Big Mama, thank you got to go. Wait to tell you bye.
Well, would you tell them to hold their horses and I'll be down in a minute? Son, can you hear me there? Well, I just got the full report from the laboratory. Everything is negative, completely negative, son, right on down the line. Well, there isn't nothing at all wrong with them except for some functional thing they call a spastic colon. Well, can you hear me in there?
He can hear you, Big Mama.
Well, then why don't he say something? God almighty, a piece of news like that ought to make him shout. Made me shout. Well, I shouted and saw him and fell right down on my knees. Look, see the bruises where I hit my kneecaps? Took both those doctors on me back up on my feet. Big Daddy was furious with me. But ain't that wonderful news? I tell you, after all that anxiety we went through to get a report like that on Big Daddy's birthday, well, I could tell how much of a load he tried to hide. It took off his mind, but it didn't fool me, no. He was mighty close to crying about it himself. Would you hold those people down there? Don't let them go. Now, Brick, would you hurry up? We're all coming up here for Big Daddy's birthday because of your ankle. Oh, Maggie, how is his ankle anyway?
Well, you broke it, Big Mama.
Well, I know he broke it. But does it hurt him much?
I'm afraid I can't give you that information. You'll have to ask Brick if it hurts him much still or not.
Mr. Portland's residence. Is that over here? It's Memphis. It's Miss Sally in Memphis. Excuse me. Miss Sally, I was just about to call you about it. Miss Sally, don't you ever call me from the Gales Lobby Hotel again.
Brick, don't.
Too much talk goes in on that hotel lobby. No wonder you can't hear me. Well, then there's nothing serious wrong with Big Daddy. No, we just got the report just now, and there's nothing wrong with them except for some functional thing they call a spastic colon. Maggie, can you please come out and talk to this deaf fool on the phone? I'm shattered breathless. Can't talk to that thing.
Miss Sally, this is Brick's wife, Maggie. So nice to hear your voice. Can you hear mine? Well, good. What Big Mama wanted you to know was that we just got the report from the Oshner Clinic. And what Big Daddy had is a spastic colon. Yes, spastic colon, Miss Sally. That's right, spastic colon. Well, goodbye, Miss Sally. Hope I see you real soon. thing to do with deaf people is not to shout at them, but just to enunciate clearly.
Well, Miss Sally, sure is the case, you know. Big Daddy always says she's got her hand out for something, and he's not mistaken. That poor old thing always has her hand out for something. I don't think Big Daddy gives her as much as he should.
Hey, Big Mama!
Well, I'm coming! Shoot, Maggie, don't you play dumb with me. I mean, has he been drinking this stuff, haven't you?
Well, I think you might have had a highball after
Well, don't you laugh about it. You know, some single men stop drinking when they get married, and others stop.
That's not fair.
Not fair. Oh, not fair. I just have a question for you, Maggie, honey. Just one question. Do you make Brick happy in bed?
Why don't you ask if he makes me happy in bed?
I know
that's both ways.
Something is not right here, child. You're childless and my son drinks. When a marriage goes on the rocks, Maggie, the rocks is there, right there.
That's not fair. Who are you? I'm Maggie the cat.
Big Mama gone?
Yes, she's gone. You know, our sex life didn't just peter out in the usual way. It was cut off short long before the natural time for it to. And it's gonna revive again, just as sudden as that. I'm confident of it. That's what I'm keeping myself attractive for. For the time when you'll see me like other men see me. Yeah, Brick. Like other men see me. They still see me and they like what they see. Uh-huh. Some of them would give their... Look, Brick. How high my body stays on me. Nothing's fallen on me. Not a fraction. My face looks strange sometimes. But I have kept my figure as well as you've kept yours. And men still admire it. Well, last week in Memphis, everywhere that I went, men's eyes burned holes in my clothes. At the country club and restaurants and department stores, wasn't a man I met or walked by that didn't just eat me up with his eyes. Turn around when I passed him, look back at me. White Allison's party for New York cousins. Best looking man in the place followed me upstairs to the powder room and tried to force his way in. Followed me upstairs to the door and tried to force his way in.
Well, why didn't you let him in, Maggie?
Because I'm not that common, for one thing. Not that I wasn't almost tempted to. Like to know who it was? Well, it was Sonny Boy Maxwell, that's who.
Sonny Boy Maxwell, huh? Yeah. He used to be a good end runner, but then he got an injury to his groin and had to quit.
Well, he's got no injury now and no wife, and he still has a let for me.
Well, I see no reason to lock him out of a powder room in that case, Maggie.
And have you catch him? Oh, I'm not that stupid. I might sometime cheat on you, since you're so insultingly eager to have me do it. But if I do, you can be damn sure that it will be in a place and at a time where no one but me and the man could possibly know. You know, I'm not giving you a reason to divorce me for being unfaithful or anything else.
Oh, Maggie, I'm not going to divorce you for being unfaithful or anything else. Don't you know that? Hell, I'd be relieved to know that you found yourself a lover.
Well, I am taking no chances. No, I'd rather stay on this hot tin roof.
Well, a hot tin roof's a mighty uncomfortable place to stay, Maggie.
Yeah, but I can stay on it just as long as I have to.
You could leave me.
Don't want to and will not. Besides, if I did, you don't have a cent to pay for, except what you get from Big Daddy, and he's dying of cancer.
Big Mama just said that he wasn't, that the report was okay.
Well, that's what she thinks. She got the same story they gave Big Daddy. Ann was just as taken in by it as he was. Poor old things. But tonight they're gonna tell her the truth. When Big Daddy goes to bed, they're gonna tell her the truth. That he's dying of cancer, that it's terminal and malignant.
Does Big Daddy know it?
Hell, do they ever know it? Nobody says you're dying. You gotta fool them. They've got to fool themselves.
Why?
Why? Because human beings dream of life everlasting. Yeah, but most of them want it on earth, not in heaven. Well, that's the reason anyhow. Now wait, I'll put down my cigarette. Don't want to burn down the whole place, at least not with May and Cooper and the 5 little no-necks in it. Well, this is Big Daddy's last birthday. And May and Cooper, they know it. Oh, they know it all right. Because they got the first report from the Oshna Clinic. That's why they rushed down here with the 5 no-necks. Because you know something? Big Daddy's made no will. Big Daddy's never made a will in his life. So this campaign is afoot to impress him as forcibly as possible with the fact that you drink and I've born no children. You know, I've always liked Big Daddy. I am genuinely fond of that old man. I really am, you know.
Yes, I know you are, Maggie.
I've always admired him. In spite of his coarseness, his 4-letter words and so forth. Because Big Daddy is what he is, and he makes no bones about it. He hasn't turned gentleman farmer. He's still a Mississippi redneck. Just as much of a redneck as he must have been when he was just overseer here on the Jack Straw and Peter Otello plantation. But he took hold of it and built it into the biggest and finest plantation in the Delta. Yeah, I've always liked Big Daddy. So this is Big Daddy's last birthday, and I'm sorry about it, but I am facing the facts. It takes money to take care of a drinker, and that's the office I've been elected to lately.
You don't have to take care of me, Maggie.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. 2 people in the same boat have got to take care of each other. At least you want more money to buy more Echo Spring when the supply's exhausted. Or will you be satisfied with a 10-cent beer? May and Cooper are planning to freeze us out of this estate because you drink and I've born no children. But we can defeat that plan. We're going to defeat that plan. You know, Brick, I've been so goddamn disgustingly poor all my life. That's the truth.
I'm not saying it ain't, Maggie.
Always had to suck up to people I couldn't stand. Because they had money, and I was as poor as Job's turkey. You don't know what that's like. Well, I tell you, it's like you would feel 1,000 miles away from Echo Spring and have to get back to it on that broken ankle without a crutch. Yeah, that's how it feels to be as poor as Job's turkey and have to suck up to relatives that you hated because they had money and all you had was a bunch of hand-me-down clothes and a few old molded 3% government bonds. Yeah, my daddy loved his liquor. He fell in love with his liquor the way you fall in love with Echo Spring. My poor mama, having to maintain some semblance of a social position in order to keep up appearances on an income of $150 a month. The year I came out, the year I made my debut, I had just 2 evening dresses. When my mama made me from a pattern in vogue, one a hand-me-down from some snotty rich cousin I hated. Yeah. You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. To be old without it is just too awful. You have got to be either one or the other. You've got to be either young or with money, because you can't be old and be without it. And that's the truth. Well, now I'm dressed. I'm all dressed. Nothing else for me to do. Yeah. I'm dressed. I'm all dressed and nothing else for me to do. I don't know where I made my mistake. Oh, no, bracelet. You know, I thought a whole lot about it. And now I know where I made my mistake. I made my mistake when I told you about that thing, Skipper. I never should have confessed it. Never should have. A fatal error telling you about that thing with Skipper.
Maggie, shut up about Skipper. I mean it. Shut up about Skipper.
Rick, you've got to understand that Skipper knows.
You're fooled by the fact that I'm saying this quiet? Now what you're doing is a dangerous thing, Maggie. You're fooling with something that nobody ought to fool with.
This time I'm going to finish what I have to say to you. Skipper and I made love. If love you'd call it. Because it made both of us feel just a little bit closer to you. You see, you son of a bitch, you ask too much of people that love you. Of me, of him, of all the poor, unlucky, goddamn sons of bitches that happen to be in love with you. And there was a whole pack of them besides me and Skipper. Yeah, a whole pack of them. You asked too goddamn much of people to love you. You superior creature. You godlike being. So Skipper and I made love to each other. To dream it was you. Both of us. Yes, truth. Truth, what's so awful about it? I like it. I think the truth is, I never should have told you about that thing with Skipper.
It was Skipper that told me about it, Maggie.
I told you.
After he told me.
What does it matter who told him first or when or when?
Little girl.
Whatever, Fred. I can't stop
Little girl,
myself.
tell everybody to come on
I'm
upstairs
going to
now.
go on telling you this in front of
Go ahead,
them
now, do
all
like I
if I
told you.
have to.
Bring
Because
everybody
it's got to
upstairs.
be told, and you never let me. It was one of those beautiful, ideal things they tell about the Greek legends. It couldn't be anything else. You being you. That's what made it so sad. That's what made it so awful. Because it was love that never could be carried through to anything satisfying or even talked about plainly. Rick, I tell you, you've got to believe me when I say I think it was noble. Can't you tell I'm sincere when I say I respect it? The only point, Rick, the only point I'm trying to make is that life has got to be allowed to continue even after the dream of life is all over. For I remember when we double dated at college, Gladys Fitzgerald and I, and you and Skipper. Well, it was more like a date between you and Skipper. Yeah, Gladys and I just sort of tagged along as it was necessary to chaperone you, to keep up a good public image.
Now, Maggie, don't you know that I could hit you with this crutch? I could kill you with this crutch.
Good Lord, man. Do you think I'd care if you did?
One man has one great true thing in his life. One good thing that is true. I had friendship with Skipper, and you're naming it dirty.
Rick, I'm not naming it dirty. I'm naming it clean.
Not love with you, Maggie. But friendship with Skipper was that one great true thing, and you're naming it dirty.
Then you have not been listening to me. Not understood a word of what I've been saying. I am naming it so damn clean that it killed poor Skipper. Yeah, you two had something that had to be kept on ice. Incorruptible, yes. But death was the only icebox where you could keep it.
Hell, I married you, Maggie. What the hell would I marry you for about?
Believe me, I know that it was only Skipper that harbored even any unconscious desire for anything not perfectly pure between you two. Now let me skip a little. Married We were happy, weren't we? We were blissful, yes. Had been together every time that we loved. But that fall, you and Skipper turned down wonderful offers of jobs in order to keep on being football heroes. Pro football heroes. You organized the Dixie Stars so you could keep on being teammates forever. Well, something was not right with it. Me included between you. Skipper began hitting the bottle. You got a spinal injury and couldn't play that Thanksgiving game in Chicago. Watched it on TV from attraction bed in Toledo. The Dixie Stars lost that night because poor Skipper was drunk. We drank that night. All night. The Bob Blackstone. Cold dawn was coming up over the lake. We were stumbling out drunk to take a dizzy look at it. I said, Skipper, stop loving my husband! Or tell him he's got to let you admit it to him one way or the other. Well, he slapped me hard in the mouth. And then he turned and ran, I am sure, all the way back to his room at the Blackstone. When I came to his room that night, like a little mouse with a shy little scratch at his door, he made that pitiful, ineffectual little attempt to prove that what I'd said wasn't true.
Damn you!
And this way I killed him by telling him truth. Truth. That he and his world, which he was born and raised in, his and your world, I told him could not be told. From then on, Skipper was nothing at all but a receptacle for liquor and drugs. Yeah, who shot Cup Robin? I did. I was my merciful arrow. Miss me. Sorry. I'm not trying to whitewash my behavior. I'm not good. I don't know why people have to pretend to be good. Nobody's good. The rich and the well-to-do can afford to respect moral patterns, conventional moral patterns, but I never could afford to. Yeah, but I am honest. Give me credit for just that, will you please? Now, I was born poor, and I was raised poor, and I expect to die poor. Unless I can get us something out of what Big Daddy leaves when he dies of cancer. But Brick Skipper is dead! I'm alive! I am alive! Maggie, the cat is alive! Little girl, your mother or someone should tell you to knock before you enter a room. Otherwise, people might suspect that you lack good breeding.
What's Uncle Frick doing on the floor?
I tried to kill your Aunt Maggie and I failed. Little girl, hand me over my crutch so I can get up.
That's right. Hand your uncle his crutch. He's a cripple, honey. He broke his ankle last night jumping hurdles on the high school athletic field.
What were you jumping hurdles for, Uncle Brick?
As I used to jump hurdles, little girl. People like to do what they used to do, even after they stop being able to do it.
That's your answer. Now go away, little girl.
You're jealous. You're just jealous because you can't have babies.
You little monster! You little no-neck monster! You see? They gloat over us being childish, even in front of their five little no-neck monsters. Rick, I've been to a doctor in Memphis, a gynecologist. He says that there is no reason why you and I can't have a child whenever we want one. And this is my time by the calendar to conceive. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me?
But just how in the hell do you think you're going to have a child by a man that can't stand?
Come on. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, line now.
Come on up, everybody. Here they come.
Oh, but
Well, Britt.
hello, Big Daddy. Hello, Bree.
Congratulations. Wow.
Happy birthday, Big Daddy.
And the latest one is Tiffany stained last winter. It cost $2,500. A picture of Christ, the Good Shepherd, with a lamb in his arm.
Who did that window, Preach?
Well, that was Clyde Fletcher's window. Also represented St. Paul and the baptismal font.
You know what somebody ought to give y'all church? A cooling system.
Yes, sir, Bob. Gus Hammer's family gave his memory to the church
From May through September, but Cooper would all have the kid has been shot for.
Court in the basement.
Hey, Preach. What's all this talk about memorial? You think somebody around here is about ready to kick off? Is that it?
Britt, let's have some music to start this party off with. Why don't you turn on the hi-fi?
Why don't you turn it on, Maggie?
We give him that thing for a 3rd anniversary present. It's got 3 speakers in it.
Turn that damn thing on!
Where's my precious baby?
Sorry, turn it back on.
Here it is. Now what says do it in your hand, son? You put that liquor down. Your hand was made for holding something better than that.
Look, a brick, put it down.
Oh, you bad
That
boy.
boy.
You bad. Give Big Mama a kiss. Now look at him shy away like that, man. Brick never liked being kissed or made a fuss over. Guess he always had too much of it as a child. What am I doing sitting down here for? I want to sit next to my sweetheart over there on the sofa. Hold hands with her and love him up a little bit. Preacher, would you give me your hand so I can get up?
Well, none of your tricks, Big
Tricks,
Mama.
are you shut? Haven't seen a preacher on fat lady son?
Big Mama, will you quit your horsing? You're too old and too fat for that sort of crazy kid stuff. Besides, a woman with your blood pressure, she had her 200 last spring. You're risking a stroke when you mess around like that.
Well, here comes Big Daddy's birthday.
Oh, look at this Big Daddy. Let me get a hand down. Look at this head. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Beautiful.
What a birthday cake.
I love it. Come on, kids, come on. Come on, get out. Okay. Let's sing now. Come on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Big Daddy. Happy birthday to you. Skidamarinka-dinka-dink, skidamarinka-dink. We love you. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-dink. Big Daddy, you. We love you in the morning. We love you in the night. We love you when we're with you, and we love you out of sight. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-dink. And Big Mama too. You were just wonderful, darling. Now you go up again and let them out.
Oh, I don't know what the hell's the matter with you?
Oh, she's just so happy.
I'm just so happy I gotta cry or something. Brick, did you hear the wonderful news Scott Ball got from the clinic today about Big Daddy? Well, he's just 100%.
Isn't that wonderful?
Just 100% passed examination with flying colors. Well, now that we know there's nothing wrong with him except for some spastic condition, I can tell you something. I was sick, half worried out of my mind for fear there might be something wrong.
Brick, did you give Big Daddy his birthday present? Well, Big Daddy, here is your birthday present from Brick.
This is the biggest birthday party Big Daddy ever had. Hundreds of presents and bushels of
What is it, Brick?
I bet 550 Brick don't know what it is.
The fun of having a present is not knowing what it is until you open the package.
Cool.
Now open your present, Big Daddy.
Oh, open it yourself. I want to ask Brick something. Come here, Brick.
Brick, Big Daddy is calling you.
Say, Big Daddy, I'm a cripple, Maggie. Well, I see you're a cripple. I want to know how you got crippled.
Oh, look. Why, it is a satin robe you sound surprised, Maggie. Well, I never saw one before.
Oh, that's funny.
Why, is that so funny, man? All my family ever had was family. So luxury such a satin robe still comes as a surprise to me.
I said quiet.
Well, it's funny because you bought it yourself at Lowenstein's in Memphis last Saturday. You know how I know?
I said quiet.
I know because the sales girl who sold it to you waited on me and she said, oh, Mrs. Pollard, your sister-in-law just bought the most gorgeous satin robe for your husband's father.
Sister woman, your talents are really wasted as a housewife and mother. You really ought to be working with the FBI or the
I
CIA.
said quiet!
The stork and the reaper are running neck and neck.
Preacher, I hope I'm not butting in on any more talk about memorial stained glass windows now. Am I, preacher?
Now, Big Daddy, don't you talk to the preacher like that.
You ever hear that expression, all hawk and no spit? You bring that little expression of mine in that dry cough of yours. All hawk and no spit.
Well, I wonder if the mosquitoes are active tonight.
What's that, little mama? Did you make some remark?
Well, I just wondered if the mosquitoes would eat us alive if we went out on the gallery for a
Well,
while.
if they do, I'll have your bones pulverized and fertilized.
Well, we just had an airplane spraying the place last week, and I think it done some good, man. At least I
Well,
had...
they tell me if what they tell me is true. You done some jumping last night on the high school athletic field.
Greg, Big Daddy is talking to you, son.
What's that, Big Daddy? They told me you done some jumping last night on the high school track field.
That's what they told me too, sir.
Was it jumping or humping you were doing out there? What were you doing out there at 3 o'clock in the morning? Laying some woman on that cinder track?
Big Daddy, you are off the sick list now, and I will not allow you to
Quiet.
talk so nasty in front
Quiet!
of the preacher.
Brick, I asked you if you was cutting yourself a piece of poontang last night on that cinder track. I thought maybe you were chasing some poontang and tripped over something in the heat of the chase. Is that it?
No, sir, I don't think so.
So what were you doing out there at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Jumping the hurdles, Big Daddy. Running and jumping the hurdles. Only those high hurdles have gotten too high for me now.
Because you was drunk.
Sober, I wouldn't have tried to jump the low one.
Big Daddy, why don't you blow out the candles on your birthday cake?
Yeah,
Now,
clever,
I would
Daddy.
like to propose a toast to Big Daddy Pollitt on his 65th birthday. One of the biggest cotton planters in the whole
I said stop it now, stop, quit
Big
this.
Daddy, I will not excuse you for talking this way, not even on your birthday.
I'll talk like I want to on my birthday, Ida, or any other goddamn day of the year. Anybody here that don't like it knows what they can do.
You don't mean that.
What makes you think I don't mean it?
Well, I just know you don't mean it.
You don't know a goddamn thing and you never did.
You don't mean that.
Oh, yes, I do. I mean it. I put up with a whole lot of crap around here because I thought I was dying. And you thought I was dying and you started taking over. Well, you can just stop now taking over, Ida, because I'm not dying. I went through the laboratory and operation. There's nothing wrong with me but a spastic colon. And I'm not dying of cancer, which you thought I was dying of. Ain't that so, Ida? Didn't you think I was dying of cancer? Huh? Ain't that so? Didn't you have an idea I was dying of cancer? Now you... Fuck the goddamn preacher! You hear what I said? I said fuck the goddamn preacher!
I have never seen you act like this before. I can't think what's gotten into you.
Oh, I went through the laboratory and operation, and all just so I would know if you or me was boss here. Well, now it turns out that I am and you ain't. And that's my birthday present. And my cake and champagne. Because for 3 years now, you've been gradually taking over. Bossing, talking, sashaying your fat old body around the place I made this place. I was overseer on it. I was overseer on the straw and Ocello plantation. I quit school at 10. I quit school at 10 years old and went to work like a nigger in the fields. And I rose to be overseer of the straw and Ocello plantation. And I did all that without any goddamn help from you. And now you think you're just about to take over. Well, I'm just about to tell you, you are not just about to take over Ida. You are not just about to take over a goddamn thing. Now, is that clear to you? Is that very plain to you now? Is that understood completely? I went through the laboratory from A to Z. I had the goddamn exploratory operation. There's nothing wrong with me but a spastic cold. Made spastic, I guess, by disgust. Well, the goddamn lies and lies I've had to put up with. And all the goddamn hypocrisy I've lived with all these 40 years that we've been living together. Hey, Ida, blow out the candles on the cake. Puss up your lips and draw a deep breath and blow out the candles on the goddamn cake.
Oh, Big Daddy.
What's the matter with you?
After all these years, you never believed that I loved you.
Huh?
And I did. I did love you. I even love your hate and your husband.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was true? Hey, Brick! Brick! I didn't call for you, Matty. I called for Brick.
Well, Big Daddy, I am just delivering him to you.
Why did you do that?
Do what, Big Daddy?
Wipe a kiss off your mouth and spit on you.
I don't know. I wasn't conscious of it.
That woman you got a better shape on than good with it. Somehow they got the same look about them.
What sort of look is that, Big Daddy?
Well, I don't know how to describe it, but it's the same look.
They don't look peaceful, do they?
No, they sure in hell don't. Funny, you and Gooper being so different. Pick out the same type of woman.
Well, we both married into society, Big Daddy.
Crap. I wonder what's getting them both out of good.
Well, they're sitting in the middle of a big piece of land, Big Daddy. 28,000 acres is a mighty big piece of land. They're squaring off on it. Each determined to knock off a bigger piece than the other whenever you let it go.
Oh, I got a surprise for those women. I ain't gonna let them go for a long time yet, if that's what they're waiting for.
That's right, Big Daddy. You just sit tight and let them scratch each other's eyes out.
You bet your life I'm gonna sit tight. Just watch those sons of bitches scratch their eyes out. Well, Gooper's wife's a good reader. Boy, you gotta admit, she's fertile. Night she had them all there at the supper table. They had to put out a couple extra leaves on the table just to make room for them all. Yeah, she's got 5 head of them now. Another one's coming.
Yep, number 6 is coming.
6 hell, she'll probably drop a litter next time. You know, Brick, I swear to God, I don't know the way it happens.
The way what happens, Big Daddy?
You get yourself a piece of land by a hook or crook. Things start growing on it. Things accumulate on it. And then the next thing you know, it's completely out of hand. Just completely out of hand.
Well, they say nature hates a vacuum, Big Daddy.
Well, that's what they say, but sometimes I think a vacuum's a hell of a lot better than some of the stuff nature replaces it with. Is there someone by that door?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Someone interested in what we say to each other.
Gooper! Gooper!
Did you call Gooper Big Daddy?
Oh, you.
Did you want Gooper Big
No,
Daddy?
I don't want you. I want some privacy here while I have a confidential talk with my son, Brick. Now, it's too goddamn hot here to close them doors. I have to close them doors in order to have a private talk with my son, Brick. Well, you just let me know and I'll close it. Because I hate eavesdroppers. I don't like any kind of sneaking and spying.
Why, Big Daddy?
You stood on the wrong side of the moon and threw your shadow.
Well, that was just...
You was just nothing but spying and you know it.
Big Daddy, I just don't understand why you're so mean sometimes to those that really
Oh,
love you.
shut up, shut up, shut up! I'm gonna move you and go right out of the room next to this. It's none of your goddamn business what goes on here at night between Rick and Maggie. You listen at night like a couple of rotten peak-hole spies. Then you go and get report to Big Mama, and then she comes to me. She says, well, they say so and such about what goes on between Rick and Maggie. Jesus, makes me sick. I can't stand it. Sneaking and spying. Makes me want to puke. They listen, do they? Yeah, they listen and then they give reports to Big Mama about what goes on here between you and Maggie. Say you won't sleep with Maggie. You sleep on the sofa. Now, if that's true and all true, well, you don't like Maggie, get rid of Maggie. What are you doing there now?
Freshening up our drink?
Sonny, you know you got a real liquor problem.
Yes, sir, I know.
Or is that why you quit sports announcing because of this liquor problem?
Yes, sir, I guess so.
The son don't forget about it. It's too important.
Yes, sir.
And listen to me. Look at that damn chandelier. Something else was picked up at a big fire sale in Europe. Life is important. There's nothing else to hold on to. And a man that drinks is throwing his life away. Don't do it. Hold on to your life. There's nothing else to hold on to. Here, come sit down over here on the sofa so we don't have to raise our voices. We'll all have ears in this place.
Yes, sir.
So you quit. Now how'd that come about? Some disappointment?
Yeah, well, I don't know to you.
God damn it, I'm asking you. How the hell am I supposed to know you?
I don't know, Big Daddy. I just got out there and found out I had a mouthful of cotton. I was always 2 or 3 beats behind what was going on the field, and so I just
Quit.
Yeah, quit.
Son. I took him too much smoking. Gave me a little lightheaded. I was so damn hard for people to talk.
Yeah. That's a nice old clock, you know. Makes some nice remarks about time.
Yeah, I heard you listening to it all the time.
Yeah.
I remember the summer we went to Europe, me and Big Mama. That's when we got that clock. Those gooks over there, they gouge eyeballs out, boy. The grand hotels. And everywhere Big Mama went, she bought and bought and bought. She bought more stuff than you could haul a couple of box cars. That's no crap. Lucky I'm a rich man. It's lucky I'm a rich man, Rick. Guess how much I'm worth, Rick. Go on, guess. Guess how much I'm worth. Close on 10 million. Cash and blue chip stocks. Not to mention mine the 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the Valley Nile. But man can't buy back his life with it. He can't buy back his life when his life is finished. That's one thing not offered in the Europe fire sale, the American market for any market on earth. Man can't buy back his life when his life is finished. And that's a sobering thought. And that's a thought I had going over in my mind over and over and over and over until today. I'm wiser and I'm sadder, Rick, for this experience which I've gone through. There's one thing else I remember about that trip to Europe.
What's that, Big Daddy?
Hills around Barcelona, country is pain. Starving children running over those bare hills in their bare skins. How fat and pleasant priests are. So many of them running around the streets of Barcelona, so fat and so clever. You know I could feed that country? I got money enough to feed that goddamn country. But the human animals are selfish beasts, and I don't reckon the money I threw to those children around the hills of Barcelona would more than pay to upholster a chair in this room. Yeah, I can pay to upholster that chair there. Hell, I threw them money like you'd scatter feed corn for chicken. Threw money at them just long enough to climb back in the car and drive away. Then in Morocco, all them Arabs, prostitution begins there at 4 or 5. That's no exaggeration. I remember one day in Marrakesh, that old walled Arab city, sat down on a broken down wall to have myself a cigar. It's fearful hot there. This Arab woman stood in the road and looked at me. She just stood stock still in the middle of the road and looked at me till I was embarrassed. Listen to this. She had this little child with her, little naked girl, barely able to tolerate. After a while, she set her on the ground and gave her a push and whispered something to her. Jesus, makes you sick to remember a thing like this. It stuck out its hands, tried to unbutton my trousers. That child is not yet 5. Can you believe me, or you think I'm making this up? I went back to the hotel and I told Big Mama, get packed. We're clearing out of this country.
You ought to talk and jag tonight, Big.
Yes, old boy, the human animal's a beast that dies, but the fact he's dying don't give him pity for the others. No salt. You say something?
Yes, sir.
What?
Would you hand me over my crutch so I can get up?
Where you going?
Just taking a short trip to Echo Spring.
Where?
The bar, Big Daddy.
Yes, sir, boy, the human animal's a beast that dies. And if he's got money, he buys and buys and buys. And I think the reason he buys everything he can buy is that in the back of his mind, he has the crazy hope that one of his purchases will be large as the last, which it never can be. Yes, sir, boy, the human animal's a beast that dies.
Sure, shooting the breeze here tonight, Big Daddy.
Yeah, well, I've been quiet here lately. Spoke not a word, just sat and stared into space. I had something heavy weighing on my mind. Well, tonight that load was took off me. That's why I'm talking. God, it's different to me. Yeah.
You know what I like to hear most?
What?
Solid quiet. Perfect, unbroken quiet.
What?
Because it's more peaceful.
Man, you'll get a lot of that in the grave.
Yes, sir. You through talking to me?
Why are you so anxious to shove me up?
Well, Big Daddy, every so often you say to me, Rick, I want to have a talk with you. But when we talk, nothing materializes. Nothing is said. You sit in a chair and you ask about this or that, and I look like I listen. I try to look like I listen, Big Daddy, but I don't listen. Not much. Communication is awful hard between people, and somehow between you and me.
Have you ever been scared? I mean, have you ever felt downright terror or something? Just a moment. Quiet. Son, I thought I had it.
Had what, Big Daddy?
Cancer. I thought that old man made the bones had laid his cold and heavy hand on my shoulder.
Well, you sure kept a tight mouth about it, Big Daddy.
Yeah, well, a pig squeals. A man keeps a tight mouth about it, despite of not having a pig's advantage.
What advantage is that, Big Daddy?
Ignorance. Ignorance of mortality is a comfort. A man don't have that comfort. He's the only living thing that conceives of death, that knows what it is, The others go without knowing which is the way anything living should go. They go without knowing, without any knowledge of it. Yet a pig squeals. But a man sometimes he keeps a tight mouth about it. Sometimes he keeps a tight mouth about it. I wonder if
What, Big Daddy?
a whiskey highball would injure this spastic condition.
No, sir. Just might do it good.
Jesus, I can tell you, boy. Sky's open again. It's open again, boys. It's open again.
You feel better, huh?
Better, hell, and breathe. All my life I've lived like a double-up fist. Just pounding and smashing, driving. Well, now I'm gonna open up these double-up fists. Touch things nice and easy with them. You know what I'm contemplating?
No, sir. What are you contemplating?
Pleasure. Pleasure with women. Oh, oh, Rick, that doesn't burn me. Yes, son, boy, I'll tell you something you might not get. I still have desire for women, and this is my 65th birthday.
Well, I think that's pretty remarkable, Big Daddy.
Remarkable?
Admirable, sir.
God damn right it is. Remarkable and admirable both. Hell, I realize now I never had me none. But too many chances slipped by because of scruples about it. Scruples, convention, crap. All that stuff is just bull. Took the shadow of death to make me realize it. Well, now that shadow is lifted. I'm gonna cut loose and have what is it they call it? Have me a ball.
A ball, huh?
Yeah, a ball. Yeah, I slept with Big Mama till, let's see, 5 years ago. I was 60 and she was 58. I never even liked her. Never did.
Well, don't you man hear that phone ringing? I heard it way out on the gallery.
Why do you have to go through this room? There's 5 other rooms you can come and go through. Well, when Big Mama goes out of the room, I swear I can't remember what that woman looks like. Then she comes back into the room and I see what she looks like, and I wish I didn't. Hey, where you going?
Just out for a breather.
Oh, not yet, you ain't. You stay here till this dog is finished, young fella.
Well, I thought it was finished, Big Daddy.
It ain't even begun.
My mistake. Excuse me. Just wanted to feel some of that cool river breeze.
Well, turn on the ceiling fan there. Sit back down on that chair.
Mrs. Sally, hold case, yo. I was just gonna call you about it, too.
Jesus, she's talking to my old mate's sister again.
Yes, bye, Miss Sally. Now you come down and see us real soon. Big Daddy is just dying to see you. Bye, Miss Sally. Big Daddy, that was Miss Sally on the telephone, and she, you know what she said to her? She went to Memphis and got her doctor to tell her what that spastic condition was and called me back to tell me how relief. Hey, let me in.
No, I ain't gonna let you in. There's 5 other rooms you can come and go through. I told you not to come through this one. You just back out and go through one of those.
Sweetheart, you didn't mean all those nasty things you said to me, did you? Sweetheart, I just know you didn't mean it. You didn't mean it in your heart.
All I ask of that woman is she leave me alone. She won't admit to herself she makes me sick. Come to having slept with her too many years. Should have quit much sooner, but that old lady never got enough of it. And I was good and bad. Never should have wasted so much of it on her. They say you got just so many and each one is numbered. Well, I got a few left in me, a few. And I'm gonna pick me out a good one to spend them on. I don't care how much she costs. I'm gonna pick me out a choice one. I don't care how much she costs. Hell, I'll smother her and mince. Yeah. I'll strip her naked and smother her and mince and choke her with diamonds. I'll strip her naked and choke her with diamonds and hump her from hell to breakfast. Ha ha.
What's happening now?
Is that Big Daddy laughing there?
Crap, them 2 drifts. Jesus, boy, I tell you, I'm happy, son. I'm happy. Why are you so restless? You got ants in your britches?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Something hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, what's that?
The click?
You say click?
Yes, sir.
What click?
It's a click that I get in my head that makes me peaceful. I've had enough of this stuff to drink.
Boy, I don't know what you're talking about, but it disturbs me.
Just a mechanical thing, sir.
What's a mechanical thing?
Click that I get in my head that makes me peaceful. It's just a mechanical thing. Something like a switch. Clicking off in my head. Turning that hot light off and that cool light on. And all of a sudden there's peace.
Jesus. Oh, boy, I didn't know it got that bad with you. You're an alcoholic.
That's the truth, Big Daddy. I'm alcoholic.
This shows how I let things go.
I have to hear that click that makes me peaceful. Usually it happens by now. Sometimes as early as noon. But today is dilatory. Just haven't got the right level of alcohol in my bloodstream yet.
Expecting death made me blind. I didn't have no idea that a son of mine was turning into a drunkard under my nose.
But now you do, Big Daddy. The news has penetrated.
Yes, now I do. The news has penetrated.
So if you'll excuse me.
No, I won't excuse you.
I better sit by myself until I hear that click in my head that makes me peaceful. That's just a mechanical thing, but it don't happen unless I'm alone or talking to no one.
Well, you've got a long, long time to sit still and talk to no one, boy. But right now you're talking to me. At least I'm talking to you. Now you just stay here and listen until I tell you this conversation is over.
But Big Daddy, this talk is just like all the others we've ever had in our lives. It's nowhere. And it's painful.
All right, then let it be painful. But don't you move from that chair. I'm removing this crutch.
Now look, I can hop on one foot, and if I fall, I can crawl.
If you ain't careful, you're gonna crawl off this plantation. And then, by Jesus, you'll have to hustle your drinks along Skid Row.
Yeah, well, that'll come.
No, it won't. You're my son, and I'm gonna straighten you out. Now that I'm straightened out, I'm gonna straighten out of you.
Yeah?
Today, the report come in from the Arsenal Clinic. You know what they told me? The only thing they could detect with all the instruments of science in that great hospital was a little spastic condition of the core. Nerves torn to pieces by the word about it. I want you to know I breathed a sigh of relief almost as powerful as a Vicksburg tornado.
You weren't ready to go.
Go where? Crap! Once you're gone from here, boy, you're long gone and nowhere. The human machine ain't no different from the animal machine or the fish machine, the bird machine, the reptile machine, or the insect machine. It's just a hell of a lot more complicated and consequently more trouble to keep together. Yeah, I had it. Earth shook under my foot. Sky come down on me like a black lid of a kettle, and I couldn't breathe. Today, that lid was lifted. I drew my first free breath. How many years? God. 3. Stay here, you son of a bitch, till I say go.
I can't.
You sure in hell will, goddammit.
I can't. We talk, you talk in circles. It's always the same goddamn thing to say. You want to have a talk with me and you don't have a damn thing to say.
Nothing to say when I tell you I'm gonna live when I thought I was dying.
Is that what you had to say to me?
Well, you son of a bitch, ain't that important?
You said that, Big Daddy, that
Now you sit back down.
Big Daddy, you're all balled up.
I ain't balled up.
Yes, you are. You're all balled up.
Don't you tell me when I ain't drunken well. I'll tear this coat sleeve off if you don't sit down.
Big Daddy, just
Do what I tell you. I'm the boss here now. I want you to know I'm back in the driver's seat now.
Big Daddy, why are you shouting like that? You know I can't stay.
Get out of here! Get out! Crazy. Yeah, trashed it.
Daddy, give me my crutch. Give me my crutch.
Why do you drink?
I don't know. Now give me my crutch.
You better think why you drink or give up drinking.
Daddy, will you please give me my crutch so I can get up off this floor?
First, you answer my question. Why do you drink? Why are you throwing your life away, boy, like something disgusting you picked up in the street?
Daddy, I'm in pain. Now step
Well, good. I'm glad you're not too numb with the liquor and you to feel some pain.
Spill my drink.
Oh. I'll make a bargain with you. You tell me why you drink and I'll hand one to you. I'll pour it myself and hand it to you.
Why do I drink?
Yeah, why?
Give me a drink and I'll tell you.
Tell me first.
All right. I'll tell you in one word.
What word?
Disgust! Now how about that drink?
First you answer my question. Why do you drink?
Give me my crutch.
First you answer my question. Why do you drink?
I told you to kill my disgust!
Disgust with what?
You struck a hard bargain.
What are you disgusted with? And I'll pass it a liquor.
Look, I can hop on one foot, and if I fall, I can crawl.
You want liquor that bad?
Yeah, I want it that bad.
Rick, if I pour you a drink, will you tell me what it is you're disgusted with?
Yes, sir. I will try it.
Give me your glass. I'll pour you a goddamn drink.
Have you ever heard the word mendacity?
Sure. One of them $5 wood cheap politicians throw back and forth at each other.
Yeah, you know what it means?
Yeah, don't have been lying and liars.
Yes, sir. Lying and liars.
Well, someone been lying to you?
Big Daddy! The kiddies are shouting for you.
Keep out of here, go on!
Excuse me.
Someone been lying to you, Brick. Has Margaret been lying to you? Has your wife been lying to you?
No, not her. That wouldn't matter.
Then who's been lying to you and what about?
No one single person and no one lie.
Oh, who then? What the for Christ's sake?
The whole goddamn thing.
Why are you rubbing your head? You got a headache.
No, sir. I'm just trying to
Concentrate, but you can't, because your brain's all soaked with liquor. Is that the trouble? Well, brain. Hell, what do you know about this mendacity thing? Don't you know I could write a book on it? Well, I could write a book on it. I could write a book on it and still not cover the subject near enough. Think of all the lies and lies I've had to put up with. Pretenses. Ain't that mendacity? Having to pretend stuff you don't think or feel or have any idea of? Having to pretend, for instance, like I care for Big Mama. Christ! I haven't been able to stand the sight, sound, or smell of that woman in 40 years now, even when I lead her. Regular as a piston. Pretend to love that son of a bitch goop and his 5-sting monkeys and that bitch me. God, I can't stand to look at it. Church. It bores the bejesus out of me, but I go and sit and listen to the damn fool preach. Clubs, elks, masons, rotary crap. You I do care about for some reason. I did always have some real feeling for. Respect, affection, yes, always. You and being a success as a planner is all I ever had any devotion to in my whole life. I don't know why, but it is. That's the truth. Hell, I've lived with mendacity. Why can't you live with it? Hey, you gotta live with it. There's nothing else to live with except mendacity, is there?
Yes, sir. There is something else that you can live with.
What?
Liquor?
That's not living, that's dodging away from life.
I want to dodge away from it.
Then why don't you kill yourself, man?
Because I like to do it.
God, I can't talk to you.
I'm sorry, Big Daddy.
Not as sorry as I am. I'll tell you something. A little while back when I thought my number was up, I thought about you. Should I or should I not? The jig was I'd give you this place when I go. Since I hate Gooper and man know they hate me. Since all 5 same monkeys are just little Goopers and mays. And I thought no. And I thought yes. I couldn't make up my mind. Why should I turn over 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the valley now and not my kind? But why, on the other hand, Rick, should I subsidize a goddamn fool from the bottom? Like and not like, hell, maybe even love. Why should I do that? Subsidize worthless behavior. Rob, crotchet.
I understand it.
Well, if you do, goddammit, you're smarter than I am because I don't understand. And this I will tell you frankly. Still to this day, I ain't made out no will. Well, now I don't have to. The pressure's gone. I can just wait and see if you pull yourself together or if you don't.
That's right, Big Daddy.
You sound like you think I'm kidding.
Oh, no, sir. I know you're not kidding.
But you don't care?
No, sir. I don't care. Come on, Big Daddy. Let's go out and borrow some of those birthday flowers and get some of that cool river breeze.
Wait. Brick. Let's not leave this talk like all the talks we've ever had. We've always talked around things for some rotten reason. I don't know what. Just talked around things like something was avoided. Something left not spoken, like one of us wasn't being honest enough with the other.
I never lied to you, Big Daddy.
Did I ever to you?
No, sir.
Well, then there's at least 2 people here that never lied to each other.
We never talked to each other.
Well, we can now.
Yeah, there just don't seem to be much to say.
You say you drink to kill, you disgust with lying.
Well, you said to give you a reason.
Well, is drinking the only thing that will kill this disgust?
Now, yes.
But not once, huh?
When I was young and believing, the drinking man, someone who wants to forget that he ain't young and believing.
Believing what?
Believing that.
Believing what?
Believing that.
Christ! I don't know what you mean by believing, I don't think you know what you mean by believing. But if you still got sports in your blood, go back to sports announcing.
Sit in class thoughts, watching games I can't play. Describing what I can't do while players do it. Sweating out their disgusting confusion and contests that I'm not even fit for. And drinking a Coke with half brother just so I can stand it. No, that's no goddamn good anymore, Big Daddy. Time just outran me. It got there first.
I think you're passing a buck.
You know many drinking men.
I've known a fair number of that species.
Yeah, well, could any of them ever tell you why he drank?
If you're passing a buck to things like time, disgust, with mendacity. Crap! You gotta use that kind of language about a thing that's 90 proof bull and I ain't buying it.
Well, you said to give you a reason to get a drink.
You started drinking when your friend Skipper died.
What did you suggest?
I'm suggesting nothing. Goodwin May suggested there was something not right. Exactly.
Not right?
Not well ever known on your friendship.
They suggested that too? Well, I thought that was just Maggie's suggestion. Who else's suggestion is it, Big Daddy? Is it yours? How many others thought the skipper now?
Just hold on, I knocked around my time.
What the hell's that got to do with anything?
I said, hold on, I bum this country.
Who else's suggestion is it?
Yeah, I slept in the railroad junction and hobo wild.
So you call me your son and a queer, huh? Maybe that's why you put Maggie and I in this room that was Jack Straws and Peter Marcello's, who is that pair of old sisters stuck in a double bed till they die.
Now, don't you go throwing rocks. What do you want, Miss Preacher?
Why, the gentleman's laboratory.
You know what? Go on back down the cellar door here and use the bathroom connection to my room. We can't find it. Ask them where it is. Getting hard to talk in this place. I've seen all things and understood a lot of them till 1910. But I had a year that wore my shoes through. Hawking. I hopped off a yellow dog freight car half a mile down the road. Jack Strong and Peter Ocello took me in. Hardy, the manager's face, was screwing to this one. Jack Straw died out. Old Peter Ocello could eat him like a dog does. Died. Christ, that's it. I'm simply saying I understand, sir.
Skipper is dead and I have not quit eating.
No, but you started drinking.
So you think so too, huh? You think so too? You think that Skipper did sodomy together?
Just hold on,
Is that
man.
what you think?
That's just why you shot
You
my
think that Skipper needed dirty things
Why you
together?
so excited?
Is that what you think of Skipper?
I don't know nothing. I
We
don't
all
think.
bad, dirty old men.
Hold on.
Straw, Ocello.
Just hold on a minute.
Fucking city.
Hold on.
Yeah. Give me your hand.
I don't want your hand. Well, I want you to get up. Come on. Right. You broke us straight. You pant like you run a race.
Big Daddy, you shot me. You shot me, Big Daddy. Talking so casually about a thing like that. Don't you know how people feel about things like that? Don't you know how disgusted they are about things like that? Well, at Ole Miss, when it was discovered that a place our fraternity did, well, they attempted to do an unnatural thing. Well, hell, we dropped him like a hot rock. Yeah. We told him to get off that campus, and by God, he got all the way to where? North Africa, last I heard.
Well, I've just returned from further away than that. I've just now returned from the other side of the moon. Death country, son. And I'm not easily shocked by anything here. Always anyhow. There's too much space around me to be infected by ideas of other people. One thing you can grow in a big place more important than heart. It's tolerance. I've grown it.
Tell me, Big Daddy. Why is it real, deep friendship between two men can't be respected as something clean and decent without being gone?
Okay, Terry, for God's sake. Now listen, I told man Cooper.
Fuck me, Cooper! Fuck all the goddamn dirty lies and lies! Skipper and me had a clean, true friendship practically all our lives. Had a clean, true friendship till Maggie got the idea that you're talking about. Normal? Hell, no. It was too rare to be normal. And the true thing in this life is too rare to be normal. Hell, once in a while, he'd put his hand on my shoulder, or I'd put my arm on his. When we had turned the country in pro football, sharing hotel rooms, yeah, we'd shake hands and Space between the beds, good night.
Now, Brick, nobody thinks that's not normal.
Well, that was mistaken, Big Daddy. It was. It was a pure and a true thing. And that ain't normal. Yeah. Hard to talk. Just let it go.
Why did Skipper crack up? And why have you?
All right, Big Daddy. All right. We're finally going to have that real true talk that you always wanted. Yeah. Ain't no stopping it now. We're going to carry it through and cover every subject. Uh-huh. Maggie declared that Skipper and I went into pro football because we were scared to grow up. Or to keep on talking as long. High passes that couldn't be intercepted, except by time. The aerial attack had made us famous. So we did. We held it high for one whole season, that aerial attack. And that summer, Maggie laid down the law with me. She said, now or never. So I married Maggie.
Yeah, how was Maggie in bed?
Great. Goddamn great. Yeah. She went on the road that fall with the Dixie Stars. Made a great show of being the world's best sport. She wore a tall, bare-skinned cap and a long, dyed, moleskin coat. Cut up crazy. She rented hotel ballrooms for victory celebrations and wouldn't even cancel them out. Turned out to be Maggie the cat. Yeah. And that fever came back on Skipper, which the doctors couldn't explain it. And I got laid up with that injury, which turned out to be nothing more than a shadow on the x-ray plate and a touch of ositis. So, I laid in the hospital bed and I watched the game on TV. And I saw Maggie sitting on the bench next to Skipper when he was pulled out of the game for stumbling and fumbles. Got it done yet the way she hung on his arm. You know, I think Maggie always felt sort of left out. Because she and me never got any closer together than two people ever get in bed. We sometimes lay much closer together than two cats on a fence, don't we? Yeah. So she took this time to work on the poor dumb Skipper. He's a less than average student, you know. And she poured in his mind a dirty, false idea that what we want, him and me, was the frustrated case of that old assistant Jack Straw and Pete Ocello. So Skipper went to bed with Maggie and proved that it wasn't true. And when it didn't work out, he told that it was true. Well, Skipper broke it too like a rotten stick. Nobody ever turns so fast to a lush or died so quick. There, are you satisfied?
Are you satisfied
With what?
that half-ass story?
What the hell's half-assed about it?
Something's left out of that story. What did you leave out?
I left out a long distance call I had from Skipper, which made a drunken confession to me about her, and which I hung up on. And that was the last time we ever talked to each other in our lives.
You hung up?
Yeah, I hung up with you.
What are you telling me now? We have tracked down the lie with which you're disgusted, and which you are drinking to kill your disgust with, Rick. You've been passing the buck. lying. His truth, all right. But you wouldn't face it with him.
Well, who can face the truth, Big Daddy?
Can you? Now don't stop passing the right buck again, boy.
About all these birthday congratulations and these many, many happy returns when everybody but you knows they ain't gonna be any.
No one's going out. What'd you start to say? Many happy returns and you know there won't be any.
Hell, forget it, Big Daddy. Come on, let's just go.
But you finish what you were saying before you cut off. Many happy returns and you know there won't be any. Ain't that what you just said?
Now look, I can get around to that push if I had to, but it'd be a hell of a lot easier on the furniture if I didn't have to go.
What you were saying.
Leave the place to Cuba and me and the 5 cent little monkeys. All I want is just
Leave the place, did you say?
all 28,000 acres of the richest land on the side of the valley, man.
Who said I was leaving the place to go for anybody? This is my 65th birthday. I got 15 or 20 years left in me. All I'll leave you. I'll bury you and have to pay your coffin.
Sure. Many happy returns. Come on, Big Daddy, let's go watch some of those fireworks, huh?
Lying. Have they been lying to me?
How about the report from the clinic?
Did they find something? Something maybe.
Mendacity is the system that we live in, Big Daddy. Like there's one way out, death's the other.
Big Daddy, the field hands are singing for you. He's out on the counter drinking, Big Daddy.
I'm sorry, Big Daddy. My head just don't work anymore. And it's hard for me to figure that poor man, whether they lived or died, or whether they were dying, whether they cared about anything, or whether they were thinking that's in the Bible. So I said what I said without thinking. Some ways I know better than the other. And some ways I'm worse because I'm just alive. Maybe being alive makes them lie. And maybe being almost alive makes it sort of accidental truthful. Hell, I don't know. But anyway, we can be friends, Big Daddy. And be friends and telling each other the truth. You told me, and I told you.
All lying son, lying bigot. Yes, a lie. A lying, lying liar. Lying, dying liar!
You know we consider you a part of this family, one of our nearest and dearest. So you just got to be with us when Dr. Bob gives Big Mama the actual truth about that report from the clinic. Has Big Daddy gone to bed yet? Yes, he's gone to bed. Rick, why did Big Daddy shout liars?
I didn't lie to Big Daddy, Maggie. I didn't lie to anybody but myself. Nobody but myself. The time has come to put me in Rainbow Hill, Maggie. I got to go there.
Over my dead body. Where you going?
Out with the mayor.
Now, where is that old lady?
Did you find her, Cooper?
She's avoiding this talk.
I think she senses something.
Anna! Go find Big Mama and tell her preacher and Doc Bob gotta go soon. Big Mama!
Miss Ida! Miss Ida! Rick, they're getting ready to tell Big Mama the truth now, and she's gonna need you.
Well, this is gonna be painful.
Well, painful things can't always be avoided.
That's what I've noticed about him, sister woman.
I see Big Mama. She's gone around to Big Daddy's room. Hey, Big Mama, come here.
Cooper, don't holler. Go to her. Well, here I am. What do y'all
Big
want?
Mama. Big Mama. I explained to you we got to have this talk.
Well, what talk are you talking about? I just saw the light go on in Big Daddy's bedroom, and I went to bring him a glass of milk, and, well, he shut the shutters right in my face. Well, when all couples been together as long as me and Big Daddy, they get kind of irritable with each other from just too much devotion. Isn't that so, honey? Of course it's so, Big Mama. Well, he was just one man. Well, you know he loves his family. He loves to have them all around him to strain on his nerves. Well, he just wasn't himself tonight. Rick, honey, Big Daddy just wasn't himself tonight. I could tell it was all worked out.
Well, I think he's remarkable.
Well, yeah, it's just remarkable. Why'd you notice all the food that man ate at the table? Well, he got house.
I hope you don't regret it.
Well, that's it. Ate a huge piece of cornbread with molasses on it. Helped himself twice to Hoppin' John.
Big Daddy loves Hoppin' John. We had a real country dinner, Big Mama.
Yeah, simply adores it. And candied yams. And, well, son, that man ate enough food to stuff a field hand.
I hope you don't have to pay for it later on.
What's that, Goopo?
Gooper just says he hopes Big Daddy don't suffer tonight.
Oh, shoot. Gooper says. Why should a man suffer for satisfying a normal appetite? There is nothing wrong with that man but knows he is sound as a dog. And now that he knows he is, that's why he ate such a supper. Knowing he wasn't doomed to what he thought he was doomed to. Yes, bless his old sweet soul. Yes, bless his heart.
Hello, Moon. I am you, cool son of a bitch.
I want Brick.
Well, he just stepped out on the gallery for some fresh air, Big Mama.
Honey, I want Brick.
And would you please bring little brother in here so we can talk?
Cool son of a bitch.
Brick, what you doing out here on the gallery, baby?
Admire and compliment the man in the moon, Maggie.
Brick, they're getting ready to tell Big Mama the truth now. She's gonna need you.
I can't witness that thing in there.
Doc Bob, do you think those vitamin B12 injections are all they're cracked up to be?
Well, I guess as good as anything else to be stuck with.
Big Mama needs you.
I told you I can't witness that thing in there.
What is wrong here? Y'all got such long faces on it. It looks like you're waiting for something like a bomb to go off.
We're waiting for Brick and Maggie to come in for this talk.
May and Goopa have got a trick up their sleeve. And if you don't go in and help Big Mama, you know what I'm gonna do?
Oh, talk, whispers. Brick!
Coming, Big Mama. I'm gonna take every damn bottle on this place and pitch it off the levee into the river.
Could you please get me something to wash this tablet down with?
Sure.
The smell of burnt fireworks always makes me sick. And could you please open the hall door and let some air circulate in this stifling room?
I don't think we should open those doors just yet, Big Mama.
Whoa.
But I just don't think we should take a chance of Big Daddy hearing a word of this discussion.
What discussion of what? Brick, Maggie! There is nothing gonna be said in the house of Big Daddy Pony that he can't hear if he wants to.
You're just a lying cat, aren't you?
You're damn right I am.
Brick!
That boy's gone to pieces. He's gone completely to pieces.
You know, in my day, they used to have
have something they call the Keeley cure for heavy drinkers.
Oh, shoot.
But nowadays, I understand they take some kind of tablet to kill their taste for the stuff.
Call them anti-bus.
Anti-butyl.
Rick don't need to take nothing. That poor boy is just broken up over Skipper's death. Well, y'all know how poor Skipper died. They gave him a big dose of that sodium amytal stuff at his home, and then another big dose when he got to the hospital. And all that liquor floating around in his system for months and months just proved a little bit too much for his heart to handle, and his heart just quit beating. I am scared of the needle. I'm more scared of the needle than I am the knife. Rick, my precious baby.
Take it, Cooper.
What?
Cooper knows what, May. Take it, Cooper.
Rick, why don't you sit down next to Big Mama and hold her hand while we talk?
I can't do that, then. I'm a restless cripple, Big Mama. I got to stay on my crutch.
What are you all surrounding me like this for? What are y'all making signs at each other and staring at each other for? I don't need nobody to hold my hand. Are y'all crazy? Since when did me or Big Daddy?
Calm yourself, Big Mama.
You just calm yourself, sister woman. How am I supposed to calm myself when everyone is staring at me like big drops of blood that foam down my face? What is going on here, huh?
Dog ball, sit down, man. Big Mama wants to know the complete truth about that report we got today from the clinic.
Is there something? Something that I don't know?
Yes, well...
Well, I want to know. Somebody must be lying around here, and I want to know.
Now sit down here on the sofa, Big Mama.
Rick, what is it? What is it?
Well now, Big Mama, I never have seen a more thorough examination than was given Big Daddy Pollitt in all my experience with the Ochsner Clinic.
It's one of the best in the country.
It's the best in the country, by now.
Of course, they were 99 and 9/10% certain before they even started.
Well, show of what? Show of what?
Now, Mommy, be a brave girl.
Shut up, Rick!
Come on. But now you see, Big Mama, they cut a piece of this growth, a specimen of the tissue.
Growth! You told me and Big Daddy that there was nothing at all wrong with them, except for a little spastic condition of the colon.
That's what we told Big Daddy, Mama. But we had this bit of tissue run through the laboratory. And I'm sorry to say the test on it was positive. It's malignant.
Cancer.
Now, Mommy.
You had to know, Big Mama.
Why didn't they cut it out of there, huh?
Too much involved, Big Mama. Too many organs affected.
Big Mama, the liver's been infected, and the kidney's bone is going way past what they call
A surgical risk.
Yes, it's gone past the night.
That's why it's turned yellow.
You just get away from me, man! You listen! Where is Rick? Where's my only son?
Mama, did she say only son?
What does that make me?
A responsible sober man with 5 precious children. 6.
Oh, Rick!
Let me tell you, Big
No, you're not my blood. You just...
Big Mama, I'm your son. Listen to me.
Cooper's your son, Big Mama. He's your firstborn.
Never!
That's not true.
I think I better slip away at this point. Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. And God bless you all on this place.
Well, Big Mama,
It's all a mistake. It's just a bad dream.
we're going to keep Big Daddy as comfortable as we can.
In my opinion, Big Daddy is having some pain, but won't admit that he has it.
That's what they all do. They think if they don't admit they're having the pain, they can sort of escape the fact of it.
Yes. Yes, they get sly about it. They get sly about it.
Yes, Gooper and I think...
May, will you shut up now?
Yes, honey.
Good. Now, Big Mama, I really do think that Big Daddy ought to be started on morphine.
Nobody is going to give Big Daddy Mopey.
Now, Big Mama, when that pain strikes, it's going to strike mighty hard. And Big Daddy's going to need the needle to bear it.
Nobody is going to give Big Daddy Mopey.
Now, Big Mama, you know you don't want Big Daddy to suffer.
No. Well, I'm leaving this stuff here, so in case of a sudden attack, you all won't have to send out for it.
I know how to give a high pole.
Nobody is going to give Big Daddy Mopey.
May took a course in nursing during the war.
Somehow I don't think Big Daddy would want May to give him a high pole.
You think he'd want you to do it?
Well, Doc Bob's going now.
Yes, I got to be going. Well, keep your chin up, Big Mama.
Oh, she's going to keep her old chin up, aren't you, Big Mama? I sure do appreciate all you've done, Doc. I'm telling you, you're obligated.
I'm right here, Big Mama.
Margaret, you have got to cooperate with me and Big Daddy in straightening Big Daddy out.
Well, I know that doctor has a lot on his mind, but it wouldn't hurt him to act a little more human.
Because you know it would just break his heart if Rick don't pull himself together and take hold of things here.
Take hold of what things, Big Mama?
The place.
Big Mama, you've had a shock.
Yes, we've all had a shock, but
But let's be realistic
Big
about
Daddy
it.
was not. He would never be.
Put this place in irresponsible hands.
Big Daddy is not going to put this place in anybody's hands. Big Daddy is not going to die, and I want you to get that through your head only.
Now, Big Mama, we are all as optimistic as you are about Big Daddy's prospects. We all believe in prayer, but there are certain things that have to be discussed and dealt with.
May, will you get my briefcase out of our room?
Yes,
Can
goodbye.
you hear them in there?
Now, Big Mama, what you said just now was not at all true, and you know it. I've always loved Big Daddy in my own quiet way. Never had to make a show of it. I know that Big Daddy has been fond of me in a quiet way, too. Now,
Here's your briefcase, goodbye, honey.
thank you. Now, of course, my relationship with Big Daddy has been different than Rick's.
You've always had to carry more of the responsibility than Brick ever had to carry. All
Aye.
Brick ever had to carry was a football or a high ball.
May, will you let me talk?
Yes, honey.
Now, a 28,000-acre plantation is a mighty big thing to run.
Almost single-handed.
Never had to run this place, Goober. What are you talking about as if Big Daddy was standing in his grave like you had to run it? You just had to help him out with a few business details while I had your law practice at the same time in Memphis.
Now, Mommy, let's be fair. Goober has given himself body and soul to the running of this place for the past 5 years since Big Dad's health started failing. Goober won't say it. He never thought of it as a duty. He just did it. And what did Brick do? Just rested on his past laurels at college.
Still a football player at 27.
Who are you talking about now, Brick? A football player? He isn't a football player, and you know it. He is a sports announcer on TV, and one of the best-known ones in the country.
I am talking about what he was.
Well, I wish you would just stop talking about my husband.
May, Margaret rather, I have got a right to discuss my own brother with other members of my own family, which don't include you. Now why don't you go back out there and drink with Rick?
I have never seen such malice towards a brother.
And how about his towards me? He can't even stand to be in the same room with me.
That's the truth.
This is a deliberate campaign of vilification for the most disgusting and sordid reasons on earth. And I know what they are. Avarice, greed.
Stop it! You just all stop it this minute. If you don't stop it, I'm going to scream. Now, Margaret, you come over here on the couch and sit next to Big Mama.
Oh, precious Mama. Well, isn't this touching, this display of devotion? Do you know why she's childless? She's childless because that big, beautiful athlete of a husband of hers won't sleep with her, that's why.
You just won't let me do this the nice way, will ya? All right. I don't give a goddamn if Big Daddy likes me or don't like me. Or did or never did. Or will never. I'm just appealing to a sense of common decency and fair play. Now, I'm telling you the truth.